I'm Dr. Love. Not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're going to be loved and lovable for the rest of your life. And I'm grateful to share in the Daily Boost program every other day these days with you about the chakras that are helping me stay aligned to myself and aligned to my purpose and my calling. And ever since I fell in love with the chakras and they were properly introduced to me through my partner, Poppy Water 33, I have been just using them daily as a practice on how to be a better human for myself and a better human in the world. And so today, as every Friday, we're going to focus on the third eye chakra, also known as Anja. This is our gateway to inner vision, intuition, and divine perception. Anja is the Sanskrit word for it, and it's the sixth chakra. Okay, it's right here, located in the center of the forehead between the eyebrows, and it is our energetic seat of intuition, inner wisdom, spiritual vision, discernment, and our imagination. Gifted with vivid imagination. Some of our imaginations run away with us in negative ways. Some of our visions and imaginations run away with us in positive ways. Some of us get stuck in daydreaming about the happy things of life, and then we don't move along with our solar plexus chakra, which you know from earlier in the week, reminds us about the things that we are doing. And yesterday we talked about the things that we are saying. Once you get your imagination aligned with the things you're saying and doing and feeling, and aligning that chakra system or aligning your feelings, you'll have a better day. Anja translates to command or perception. And reflecting on this chakra, we can see this as the command center for our insight and our conscious awareness. The color of the chakra is indigo, which is one of my favorite colors. Shout out to all the indigo children who watch my live over on TikTok and beyond. The mantra is Om. As I said earlier, the themes are intuition, spiritual awareness. Thank you for sharing, Tara. Inner guidance, perception, clarity of thought, and also our imagination. And you want to have what the Buddha would call right use of your imagination. Your imagination, if you think that the sky is falling and that the world is ending and the BOMBS, I can't say that word over on TikTok, but you think that bad things are happening, and you use your imagination that way, you're going to be miserable in this life. It's important to recognize that your imagination, like I said earlier, can be used for any kind of purpose. You want to tell your imagination what to do. You want to tell feelings how to feel. Okay? People don't think that you can take command over your feelings and your inner vibes by telling them how to feel. But you can. You can tell your imagination. Your imagination will say, yes, I need you to work for me today for positive outcomes. I need you to remind me that all is well. Imagination, listen up, imagination. I need you to remind me that all is well. All is well. Everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good must come. And I'm safe. Imagination, yes, flow. Imagination reminds me that I'm safe from all harm. And then your brain will start to think about all the ways that you're safe and keep you in a peaceful place. That's how you use the magic that I teach. The third eye chakra is your spiritual compass and artistic vision board. Okay. I love that artistic vision board, right? And it's how you dream, how you create, guide, and discern truth, not only for yourself, but the communities that you lead. And y'all know I teach on TikTok. Well, there are people who have 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers, and a million followers. Even a person that's followed by two people is an influencer. Everyone in life is influencing their community. They're influencing their environment. Each and every last one of you are influencers. Thank you, Darren. Everyone is an influencer. The question is, what are you influencing people toward? What are you being an influencer of? Are you influencing people to doubt themselves and their ability? Are you influencing people to be scared that they're not going to eat or be taken care of by a loving universe? The idea is that everyone is an influencer. What are you influencing? What are you pushing your family, your community, and your lovers and loved ones towards? Is it, oh my God, I don't know where the money's going to come from. Oh my God, that's scarcity influence. Are you influencing them towards something that's hopeful? Something that creates a positive creative foresight, a positive prophetic insight, and positive divine downloads. That starts to happen when you start to focus on your third eye chakra. And if you don't want to believe in the chakras, because when I first started introducing the chakras to the world through Love and Action Network, and I didn't invent the chakras, but when I started introducing them to the community, at first people were like, chakras? Oh, I don't need no chakras. That's woo woo shit. And then as we started to talk about these chakras in community, we found that a clear and balanced anja, our third eye chakra, it enables you to trust your intuitive guidance. You're able to trust the insight and the advice that's coming up from inside of you. Who wouldn't want that? You're also able to perceive connections and patterns with clarity. So, for those of you who don't know, I'm a people. Many of my audience on TikTok and beyond, they come to watch me, but I'm always watching them back. And sometimes people get very unnerved by that. Like, oh my God, he can see me. He can feel my energy. He can feel my aura. But when you are tapped into your third eye chakra and you're practicing with it, you'll be able to see patterns of people and how they behave with clarity. For example, Gucci Mane came in here, wasn't interested in this part of my flow today. I'm watching those patterns because my third eye chakra is open. When you're clear and balanced in your Anja chakra, you also can imagine and manifest creative solutions. Once again, the sky's not falling. You can imagine things becoming better. You're able to hold a visionary lens on your work and your service, and you also receive divine guidance and wisdom beyond logic. This is people from the church world. I was raised in the church world. I speak church and Christianity. I'm fluent in Christian speak. I speak it often better than those who are pretending to be Christians. This is when we're talking about receiving divine wisdom beyond logic. We're talking about the passage that says, walking by faith and not by sight. What does it mean for you to walk by faith? To walk by what you can see with your spiritual eyes more so than what the outer world is physically revealing to you. Same thing for you people who watch Charm and other woo-woo shows. There are times when the witches can see in the spirit realm. Harry Potter could do it. He could see the platform. Yeah, I gotta Google what was the platform in Harry. 9 3/4. Because Harry's vision and magical vision, he was able to see platform 9 3/4, and the muggles could not. So he was able to walk through the wall and go to wherever they go. Westeros. Not joking. Markel, you have to make more sense to sit with me. You have to make sense first. I'm taping over on Facebook Faye and YouTube one of my micro podcasts. In order to sit with me on TikTok, you have to make sense. And unfortunately, in front of me and the whole world, you don't. It's unfortunate. So the reason why Harry Potter could see platform 9 3/4 is because he had the vision, the spiritual vision to see. When your third eye chakra is underactive, you may feel mentally foggy, you may feel indecisive, you may feel a little disconnected from your intuition. And you also, when you're disconnected from your third eye chakra, you are overly dependent on external validation, meaning you might need random strangers on TikTok to make you feel like you're okay in the world. You may need people coming and tapping and liking your live to be okay when your third eye chakra is imbalanced. It's called overly dependent on external validation. I work with my third eye, so I don't have that. I don't need to be watched by people to be okay. It's a bonus. It's a bonus. And when your third eye chakra is overactive, it can lead to excessive daydreaming, fantasy, and a detachment from the present. And I've told you all very honestly in our past lives about how I was intentionally trying to numb my life with substances in the past. I was trying to intentionally do things and ingest things to detach me from what I can see. I gotta be on my P's and Q's to see in the spirit and in the truth what's going on around me. You don't want to be detached from the present. That can lead to an imbalance and unhealthy life. So I would never try to tell you that you're broken. I would never try to lead you down a path where you would be able to heal yourself, because the true shamans and the light workers want you to heal thyself. Right? It's not my responsibility to heal you. You can do it. You can do it. But here are some ideas or some advice. Ways to activate and balance your third eye chakra: meditation with visualization and candle gazing. Get into the flame of a candle can calm you down. Intuitive journaling or dream work can do that. Time in the darkness for quiet contemplation, just sitting. This idea from sacred text of be still and know. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am one with the light that sent me to TikTok and all the other platforms. I can be still about that and balance my third eye. Spiritual study or self-inquiry is also good. Y'all know I follow a bunch of different paths, not just the Bible, also known as the Slave Bible, not just the Slave Bible. I do the Quran, Bhagavad Gita. I love the Kabbalion. I love the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. Tons of spiritual study and self-inquiry. I start asking questions about who I am, what's going on for me, and how do I feel it? Why do I behave in the ways I behave? That self-inquiry, that moral inventory, that internal inventory will start to open your third eye up. Last advice for how to open your third eye chakra or to stay balanced in it is to have gentle focus on your breath and just plant that awareness of your breath at your brow point. Thank you so much, Madam Stevens. You're still here. Thank you so much. I love you. I think I served you one time at a table in Soho over a decade ago, and you still love me. I'm not sure if she's still here. She left. She left. I served her one time when I was waitering tables before I made it to Broadway, and she stuck with me. That's powerful. So you want to gently focus on the breath at the brow point. Just set your attention there. Just take about 3 breaths with me now. You have nowhere to be. Nothing to prove, protect, hide, or defend. Release your clenched jaw. Soften your gaze. the attention of your breath between your eyebrows. That's good shit. All right. Here's some questions. We try not to have all of the answers because people will join me online on the TikToks and like, who does he think he is? He thinks he has all of the answers. No, I ask more questions than answers on my podcast because questions are important. They allow you to come to your own conclusions. So I don't have all the answers. You don't have all the answers. We're asking questions and we're seeing what comes up for us. And this week's theme in our network is all about music and the healing properties of music and how music can bridge us towards love. So here are some questions to help you go deeper in the idea that music brings clarity, insight, and inner knowing on Third Eye Chakra Day. First question: what song or genre helps you hear your inner voice more clearly? What song or genre helps you hear your inner voice more clearly? What calms you down? How has music supported your spiritual and intuitive growth? How has music supported your spiritual or intuitive growth? What's a song that always shifts your perspective and opens up your mind? What soundtrack would accompany a dream or vision quest in your life? Well, y'all can hear it playing right now. You all can probably hear it, but I don't think they can hear it because of sound cancellation. But I love 432 hertz music. It just aligns me with the earth and gets me grounded. I can put it on for 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. And it's just a soundtrack of peace. It's like, beam me up, beam me up. I love it. I'm gonna play that one. What's a lyric that continues to reveal deeper meanings to you? What's a lyric that continues to reveal deeper meanings to you? I told you earlier, Whitney Houston's greatest love of all. She said, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. What a lyric! What a lyric. When have you used music to find your way out of confusion and doubt? When have you used music to find your way out of confusion and doubt? What's the most spiritually enlightening song you've ever heard? Thinking about that, there's a bunch of songs that have really encouraged me. It reminds me of Donald Lawrence's "Encourage Yourself" for those churchy people in the space. It says sometimes you have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you have to speak victory during the test. No matter how you feel, speak the word of love and you will be healed. Speak over yourself, encourage yourself in the Lord. I love that song. Spiritually enlightening. What music helps you meditate, focus, or connect to divine love? What music helps you meditate, focus, or connect to divine love? How does music activate your imagination or your creativity? How does music activate you? Oh, we have answers. People started talking to me. I love it when that happens. There's a song I sang in children's choir called Eternity, Tara Paolo Studio. Also, it was beautiful. That one and Sing Me to Heaven. Who is Sing Me to Heaven by? Do you all know Sing Me to Heaven? Well, I have the whole internet here, right? Sing Me to Heaven by Daniel Gothrop. Sing Me to Heaven by Daniel Gothrop. Gawthrop. And I see a bunch of so called white people. I see a bunch of so called white people singing the song. So I know it's a choral piece. It says, in my heart's sequestered chambers, lies truths stripped of poet's gloss. Words alone are vain and vacant, and my heart is mute. In response to aching silence, memory summons half heard voices, and my soul finds primal eloquence and wraps me in song. Wraps me in song. It is beautiful. Very nice. Last question. If your inner wisdom had a soundtrack, what would be on it? If your inner wisdom had a soundtrack, what would be on it? Mm. I love music. Music has healed me and saved my bacon so many times. There were times when I was so low. I've told y'all my grandmother had deep depression. Her mother had deep depression. Her mother had deep depression. I have deep depression from time to time. And at times, my grandmother would say, and I feel it, lower than whale poop. There are times in my life where I honestly feel lower than whale poop. And putting on the right song or the right playlist really helps me to lift. And that's science, right? There's frequency magic. There's frequency magic in the world, and music is part of that love flow. I want to thank y'all for holding space with me daily across global platforms. We're almost up to 600 people watching us all the time and tapping into love. You know, my goal is not 600. My goal is actually 800,000 because that's the number of people who unalive themselves every year because they don't feel loved and lovable. So we're inching there. You know, one can dream. So far, we impact a few dozen to 600 throughout our days here, and we are so profoundly grateful. So, thank you for holding space for Love Daily. Thank you for coming and contributing to the awesome. Once again, I'm Dr. Flo, not telling you what I heard, but what I know. What I know is that you're loved and lovable. You've always been loved and lovable, and you're always going to be loved and lovable no matter what and no matter who. And if you can know that you're loved and lovable and act like it, it's going to radically change everything about your life and your day. So, on behalf of Tara Olo Studio, one of our producers, and Poppy Water 33, one of our producers, and myself, Andre and the Flow, we're still calling for justice for Charles McNair, a so-called black man who has been in prison for 30 years and held by the state of North Carolina against his will. He's making 30 cents a day, and everyone just wants to pay lip service to it. We think that Charles deserves his freedom, as much freedom as us. Also to the 2 million children in Gaza and the women and men who are tearing their artwork apart to burn wood for food, to cook their food. I saw a gentleman today who's just, he's a famous artist in Gaza, and he's tearing his artwork out of the frame to burn the wood to cook food for his family. We speak your name, sir. We remember you. He's not on TikTok. He's trying to eat. And there are other humans who are intentionally trying to starve him. And I think that anybody who is on the side of love should be talking to their communities and their families about how to end the genocides, plural, around the planet. We can't heal it all in one day, but we can start, because the journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step. And I would hope that we would all take a step for love today in our own special way. Children, men and women, humans like us, are depending on our kindness and the raising of our voice. It may not get me paid, as someone came in here and said, but it certainly will put goodwill into the world. And the world needs more love. So, finding a comfortable seat inside. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be free of all suffering. May I be happy, May I be healthy. May I be free of all suffering. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of all suffering. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of all suffering. And with this little kernel and seed of light and love begin to grow in my heart to the walls of my heart, the walls of my body, the walls of this room, the walls of this house, the walls of this block, the walls of this city, the walls of this state, the walls of this nation, the walls of this continent, the walls of this hemisphere, the walls of this world. May it press beyond this world, past the moon, past Mars, to the furthest ends of the galaxy. And may all that love that I've now extended out of my tiny kernel, may it press back into me. Oh! And may I feel encouraged, equipped, and empowered to go forward in love today. As above, so below, as above, so below, as above, so below. Thank you, higher power. Thank you, higher power in me. You do all things well, and you're working everything out for our good. And I am grateful. I'll see y'all soon around the network. Take care.